Hello there, everyone. Well, I wanted to. I'm not sure what else to say, but anyway, I wanted to do this, redraw of this Comic Con moment for a while now. Like, the 2015 or was it 2014? Yeah, 2015. Or it might be 2016. I'm 100% sure it's 2015. The Batman vs Superman Comic Con moment. And, I've done that drawing beforehand, way back then as well. And back then I did it in the Bruce Timm style, and I've never gotten around to actually finishing the overall drawing. I've always said yes, I would add Lois, I would add Lex, Diana, and Alfred in the background to the original drawing, but I've never actually gone about doing that. And then the continuous repost of that drawing, it just kept demotivating me, without the credit especially. No one's ever crediting where it's from, and because the first person who reposted it, they didn't credit, and that gets reposted, and that gets reposted. It's a pyramid of reposts, and no one knows who did it. And it was demotivating, so I never really went back to it. But anyway, recently with the whole announcement of Zack Snyder's Justice League, I'm still happy, I'm excited, so I thought, okay, let's revisit that, and I'll redraw it again this year. It's been 5 years, but this time around I thought I could go in the Harley Quinn style. Since last time I did in the Bruce Timm style, I thought let's go with the Harley Quinn style this time. It's more current. But then I thought, actually let's not go for another style, since I want to make sure people know where it's from. Let me do it in my style, if I even have a style. Although I was kind of enjoying the way it was looking, something about it felt very off, and I guess because in the back of my mind I had the idea that I started off with the whole Harley Quinn style. I was like, no, I'm going to actually go back, and eventually I do actually go back, and I just continue on with the Harley Quinn style of animation for the drawing. There was just something off about this little sketch, as you're seeing. It's like, I don't know, something was nagging me in the back of my mind that it's not working. Yeah, so it's like I started it off, and then I started this around when the cut was announced, but then I kind of left it and I went away from it. And the season finale of Harley Quinn happened as well, so I was like, yeah, I guess that's why I really wanted to tackle the Harley Quinn style. As you can see, it's my regular process. I'm continually sketching it out, and recently, as you see, where I'm adding the tactical armor on Batman is when I came back. This is like the recent edition in, I want to say, September or last month, October, when I came back to and I was touching it up again. I thought this time around, rather than making it completely the movie suits, let me try and sort of merge the two, so I don't really get lost in the detail of the armor, and I overcomplicate the drawing. Where I'm still hoping to keep it as simple as possible. This time around I made sure I added Alfred, Diana, Lex, and sorry, my bad, I added Gal, Jesse, Amy, as well as Jeremy Irons. And I have to say that this looks much better already than the previous drawing, the previous 2015 drawing. I thought maybe I could push it a bit more, which you will see eventually, where I thought maybe I could add the rest of the Justice League cast. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to also talk about the fact that this drawing got reposted so many times. I can still see it come up here and there on Twitter or Instagram, and it's like, that's why I was very demotivated to actually finish the original drawing off. So what's the point if someone's gonna just repost it and not credit? It's like, I'm not really asking for much, I'm just asking for a credit. It's like keeping it very simple, just a simple credit, nothing else. Just acknowledge where you got the drawing from, who did the drawing. I'm not asking you to pay me for the drawing, I'm not asking for any form of payment or anything, but it's just funny because the people that end up reposting, if I was to repost something of theirs, like a meme that they did within 5 seconds or something, they'd get very annoyed. Like, I've seen that happen to other people. I'm like, wow. So you get annoyed when someone reposts your meme without crediting you, but then you will repost someone else's work without crediting them? That's a weird double standard, isn't it? But now I'm just going to a point where I just don't care. Honestly, it's like if I see the repost, I ended up filing a DMCA takedown straight away. I don't even go as far as to acknowledge, credit me or anything. I'm just like, what, I'm just going to take it down. It's happened too many times, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's free advertisement, and I get that. I was in that mindset as well, so I'm not going to really blame people who still think that. Me right now, I just can't be bothered. Anyway, but as you can see, I went for the movie suit, made sure I did the black suit for Superman, obviously have to. It's the Zack Snyder Justice League version, and these are quite funny, trying to imitate this existing styles. I don't know, there's something fun about them. It sort of gives a challenge, trying to push myself. Also, plus, you end up learning a lot of things, as in what to simplify, what not to simplify. how much to add in and stuff like that. It's quite interesting. But yeah, those things, it's just fun to try and imitate styles. I know back in 2015ish era, I was heavily imitating styles. Actually, through all my art journey, I'm imitating styles. I'm imitating so many styles. As you can see, whatever style I have now is a sort of blended mixture of different styles put together. Like some of the influences, heavy influences, you'll notice is like Phil Barrosa's artwork. Like that's a huge, heavy influence on me right now. Like it's just where I am right now. Maybe in the future I'll end up imitating someone else. Because I remember before, I used to continuously imitate big comic artists like Brian Hitch was a huge one. I imitated Steve McNiven, another one. I tried Alex Ross, he's way too difficult. Joe Mad, obviously, like who hasn't? Maybe eventually I will have my own style that I can heavily rely on. Plus you learn new things, how did they tackle certain stuff? How did they tackle the hand? How did they draw the faces? And you sort of learn that and then you incorporate it into your own memory bank. That will hopefully eventually form a style for myself. Yeah, right now I'm adding in, since I said I wanted to add in, just the Justice League cast, so I went around, looked up some of the Justice League signings. I found one image and I thought, yeah, I could redraw that from a different angle. So I'm trying to add in Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa in the background. I never realized that Zach was actually sitting right next to Ben in the original photo. So I sort of tried adding him in, but I thought I could go a different angle with it. Like maybe I could do the whole BVS cameo or Man of Steel cameo where he has his hand in the movie and we don't know until later on. I also thought, why not add in Harry Lennox? It's like that moment when he first announced his BVS, when Zach brought him on to Comic Con to read the Frank Miller Batman quote. I thought maybe I could add him in, and then eventually I do add him in, but I draw in my version of Martian Manhunter. Then there's like a few other Easter eggs I try adding in, the Green Lantern rings, Atom, and like I thought, like if I'm gonna do this, why not try and add in as much reference to the wider DC universe as I possibly can. I thought, why not even add in the whole Henry Cavill like signing when he went and surprised Will Smith and the Suicide Squad wearing that Guy Fawkes mask. I thought I could add in that. I could add in like Deathstroke or the Flashpoint Batman cameos, Easter egg. But I did all, the Shazam, the Green Lantern rings, well, not the Green Lantern rings, but the Shazam lightnings and a few more elements, such as like the Harley Quinn burger on Photoshop, although you can't really see her in the final image as much, which is kind of unfortunate. It was something that came to my mind after I finished the drawing on Procreate, and then I was like, as I was working on it, I was like, oh wait, let me add in that little spotlight, the one that Zach wanted on Harry Lennox, in that Comic Con BVS moment. Then I thought, okay, I could add the Aquaman trident in the final drawing because I don't really have it, as you can see. I wanted to add more, but though officially I just about got all the movies, cameos, Easter eggs sort of in this drawing. I'm quite happy. Then plus the Zack cameo is, well, I also wanted, because there's that image of him, I think, working on the Justice League storyboards, I think, where he's wearing the Batman glove and he's drawing the storyboards out, and that'd be nice to include as well. As you can see, I should have recorded the little additions I made on Photoshop as well, the way I blurred the background up and stuff. But it was a very quick process, it was a Gaussian blur. And then I did a few more highlights, but nothing major. I fixed up Aquaman on Photoshop, because I wasn't really happy with it, the way I kept colouring him. I don't know, there was something that seemed very off about him. He wasn't simple. I tried making the Justice League Aquaman armor as simple as possible, and it kind of felt off, as you can notice. I showed it before and after. The drawing's done. I actually quite like this more than the previous one. Obviously it's more packed, there's more to it, probably why I like it more. Also it's finished, it's it's not something that's unfinished, it's in the back of my mind or anything, but something may or may not happen. A new trailer or something might release on November 17th. We don't know. It's the anniversary of Justice League. I'm going to do what I do every year since 2017. Post that Young Justice images. Today was supposed to be the day, stuff like that. But anyway, it's even if something happens or something doesn't happen. But hey, if we get a new trailer, it's awesome. If we don't get a new trailer, it's cool. At the end of the day, from all the appearances and interviews that Zach's doing with fans, he seems so happy, he seems excited about it, and he seems in a much better place than he was before, and that's awesome. He looks great, and even if it's an image drop or it's just a poster, I'm all okay with it. And if we don't get anything, and it's just the fans uniting, the whole hashtag, us united, that was started by the fans, and that's just awesome. At the end of the day, it's all about unity. Yeah, let's see what happens on November 17th, guys. It's kind of crazy to think about, you know, it's like we're finally getting all of this after 3 years it's supposed to be have released. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the drawing, if you're annoyed by my voice but you're still interested in what I'm saying, you know, hit that like, subscribe, share button, whichever one, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Try and keep the videos short as possible, but I just end up talking for too long. But thank you so much.